from the studio, out of the wind. I am getting ready to go attempt to hang the big shade cloth. And I wanted to show you yesterday and the day before, Ken was here and working on the waterhouse. And he not only worked on the waterhouse, most of the work was there. The tanks are clean. I know they're not like sparkling water, but compared to what they used to be, well, even better than what they compared to be. The last time I had showed you the water tanks up there was in sometime around October. So all winter things just kind of settled down. Nothing new was growing. And we have clean water tanks, new filters, and the hot water heater was, I bought the piece of equipment to flush it out to get all the minerals and that kind of stuff out of there. And so that was done. My propane tank that heats that water needed to be moved, so a hole was drilled and the cords run through. So that was done, and I will show you all this. But if I get out in that wind, you're not going to be able to hear me talk about all the stuff. So I'm telling you now, and then I got to go video it, and then I'll put it in. The final thing is the swamp cooler, my swamp cooler, in the studio. And I call it a studio. No, it is not. I don't have a studio to make videos in. I call it a studio because I sew in there and I write in there, and I come here and hang out when it gets too hot in the tiny. Soon, well, when it gets hot at night is when I'll really move back in over here. But now I'm so happy with the swamp cooler. It just cleaned up so well, and the entire pan where you're supposed to hold water to dirt. It was just dirt. Mud. Covered no wonder the pump wouldn't work. It was covered in mud. So that was all cleaned out. New blue stuff put on. A new pump installed. And the fan, Bob had originally placed the fan like this at the top of the swamp cooler. And when the fan brace broke, the fan didn't break. The fan would still turn on, but the housing of it broke. And we were going to replace it the year Bob died. And I remember it happening, and I was like, I'll just get my fan and we'll try that. Well, that worked so well, I was like, let's just don't bother with it. And then we were going to do all that the spring that he passed away. And so it didn't get done for 2 years. 2 summers. No wonder it was such a mess. It needed to be cleaned out long before that. But Ken rewired the fan, so now it is actually in the window. How awesome is that? And I have switches. I have one for the water pump, and it brings the water up from that pan and puts it down through that blue cloth. And then the fan draws the wind in and cools it. It cools the air as it comes through that water, the water and the blue stuff. So you wind up, I have to turn the thing, in the spring and early summer, I have to turn it off during the parts of the day because it gets so cold in here. So it's plenty cool in there. It's getting hot here because of the sun coming in. So I'm going to get to work. I had to put on a sweater. The wind is coming from the north, and it's a chill wind. Whew, springtime wind. And so I'm going to go measure that cloth, cut it, the one I'm getting ready to do, and show you while I'm doing it. So I'm going to go hang the shade cloth, the big one that covers everything, because I realized even the morning sun is coming in there, and it gets right on top of the tanks. So if I can block that, that will help. Also, treating the water every time I put water in there will also, because I've maintained the cleanliness I got last October. So algae doesn't grow as good in the cold and with lack of sun. But the sun is shifting back around, and it's made its way so that there's morning sun hitting and the evening sun is the worst. So I'm going to go put up that big shade cloth. Why do I keep telling you? Because it's an effort, and it's a bigger effort in my head than it's going to be when I get out there and do it. I know me. That's just what happens. So I have talked long enough. I'm going to go do some work. I'm going to show you work that got done, and we'll call this the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I love y'all.
from hard asphalt. A voice within me tells me don't go home. So I run until my feet give out. I jump a little higher to clear the ground. Every shadow of every girl, every time I turn around, I swear it's her. I second guess my every move. I hold my breath in case I run into you. Oh, I just can't look. I can't bear the thought of seeing you with someone new. Oh, I swear I'm almost over you. And sometimes I find I switch off and I start to drive streets that no longer are my own. I keep driving your way home. You live across the park from me in a place that steals a tiptoe view of the sea. Your sister came back home to stay the day I packed my bags and went away. So I found a room in a leafy street with a stranger and a traveler who both welcomed me. I try and remember my new way home, but habit sometimes steers me down your road. Oh, I just can't love, I can't bear the thought of seeing you with someone new. Oh, I swear I'm almost over you. Sometimes I find I switch off and I start to drive streets that no longer are my own. I keep driving your way home. And the day breaks slowly, and I know I can't be this lonely for that long. Got to grow up, show me how it's done. 'Cause baby, I've been trying with no luck. Oh, just can't love, I can't bear the thought of seeing you with someone new. Oh, I swear I'm almost over you. Sometimes I find I switch off and I start to drive streets that no longer are my own. Oh, I just can't look, I can't bear the thought of seeing you with someone new. Oh, I swear I'm almost over you. Sometimes I find I switch off and I start to drive streets that no longer are my own. I keep driving your way home.
Winterland, tell me all your secrets. Fill me in on your wildest moments. Colored trees, your yellow leaves move me. Dancing roofs, your painted red shakes the room. When I get there, I'll let my feet roam. When I get there, I'll break in your arms, I'll lose control. When I get there, deeper I will shout. Let me know when I get closer. Open up the sky for me. When you say I'll dig much deeper, I will shout.
Because when it's well, of course I will. I'm just going to do it while I'm talking. But I bring them in because they need the cool space too. That sounded funny.
Yeah. May the road rise to meet you and the sun kiss your face. May there always be a miracle waiting just to bless your day. Life won't always hand you roses. Don't let it get you down. Keep your eyes on what your goal is and your feet on solid ground. Take this with you where you go. You are love, 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 love. You are love, yeah, you are. You are love, 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 love. You are love, yeah, you are. Might you walk courageously through the valley of your doubt. Might you always strive to just